Thank you for watching it on this hot, humid day in Pittsburgh. Smoking Jim tried to tell me it's not 90 degrees in Monroeville.
72 and breezy.
First disclaimer, he says he's an honest man. I'll leave it up to you. And we're going to talk some sports. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. You already heard about Smoking Jim Frazier. Chip Hayner.
Hey, and one thing. The temperature was 93. The feel-like temperature was 100, and it felt like to me, like I wished it was December.
Wow.
Whoa, you heard it here first on Pittsburgh Sportsline. A man after our own hearts for December.
Yep.
And then we got Nick Callis here, otherwise known as VIP. He'll explain that on his segment. And I got some promos here. Anthony's back from his hiatus. And look at this. Olive Oil's Pizzeria, 412-831-1900. Right there at Hillcrest Shopping Center. Got a surprise today. Frank Fanero sponsors our show with great Italian food. We get an XL pepperoni pizza and a steak hoagie that we cut in 6 slices. His son, 14-year-old Fabrizi, yes, Fabrizi, Smoking Jim's sneezing on the truth. God bless you. And Fabrizi cut that hoagie without cutting a finger. And
All right.
very good. Thank you, Fabrizi and Frank Fanero. Next up, 501c3 Bethel Park Historical Society, Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, 2600 South Park Road, Red Trolley. Can't miss it. Plenty of shops, different places. 1905 schoolhouse, been remodeled, like I've said, each week. New windows, new roof, new cupola with a bell. The original bell from the high school was there. And they have a great tea place, which is called Reginald's Coffee. Fresh roasted coffee beans from all over the world. They're just great. Matt and Julie are the owners. I got to stop in there. And they have great loose leaf green tea called Dragonwell. I always get a pot there and enjoy the great atmosphere there. So check it out. Next up, we end each show with Stay Joey Strong. And poor Joey died at 9 years old, right before his 10th birthday 7 years ago. And they started the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. It's a 501c3. You can donate as little as $1, your time. They're going to have a 5K 1-mile run again this year. I was asked to film and host it. So that'll be September 12th, 9 a.m. at your Bethel Park High School. Right out front. It's a superhero event. You can dress up as superheroes, which Joey loved, and I'll interview as many as I can. It's a great event. It's their biggest fundraiser of the year, so mark your calendars. September 12th.
And Smoking Jim is in training. He's going to lead the pack this year.
As
on the
Spider-Man.
5K.
As Spider-Man. No,
Really?
No, he'll be Batman. We have to tell you, it's Batman. Because everybody goes when he leaves an event.
He's going to be leading the pack.
Yes. Another 501c3, Bethel Park Community Foundation has money, grant money for you from $100 to $5,000. They've been giving money away for 25 years, over $1 million. And I got some good news that'll be coming up about they may have some more new sponsors, and there could be more money available to the great folks of Bethel Park doing great things. Not Smoking Jim. Okay, just had to clarify. We're not picking on him. We're just saying he makes it easy. Like he hasn't eaten one slice of pizza when he could, but we'll see what happens. Kathleen Miller needs a kidney. Like I said, in the next 6 months or so, her kidney function can get down to 15% or lower. It's been dropping. It's been 17%. She lives in Friendship Village on Boyce Road. She said they were interested maybe us coming to do a show sometime, so we'll see about that. But check out how to give a kidney. If you'd like to help her out and save her life, you can go to livingdonorreg.upmc.com. Again, that's livingdonorreg.upmc.com. And you can apply to see if you're a match. Or if you want to donate a kidney, they can find other people that might be a match with you and switch things up so she'll get that. All right. thanks to Anthony and BPTV. Look at the new sign compared to what we were doing. Look at this one. Can you get a close-up? It's a little raggedy. Only been holding it for a couple years, but look at. All right. I want you for BPTV. You could be like Nick, behind the camera, in front of the camera, and on location with cameras. We got Dan the man, and we got Anthony back from his hiatus, helping us on the ones and twos, as Smoking Jim calls it. And I thought I saw one little hair out of place today on Anthony. I thought there was one hair out of place. So we'll see that. And you can be a volunteer. You can do all the things I described, 412-831-3304. Tell them Uncle Al Levine, the talking machine, wants you for BPTV. And we got a sponsor here. I got to dig through all this propaganda. I mean, these good ads. Sorry about that. We'll see if Anthony's on the camera now. He come from the back room. What did he do? How's Dan in the control room? Look at that skill. Wait, I'll switch hands. I'm covering stuff up there. There we go. 6103 Library Road, Route 88 in Finleyville. Red, white, and blue station, 724-348-4715. They work on anything and everything that runs on gas. And like Chip said, bring your own gas. Well, they do have some extra gas for guys like Smoking Jim so they can work on the cars. But they fix anything, boats, trucks, cars, weed whackers, lawnmowers, you name it. They'll fix it. Even Smoking Jim's car, they inspected that. So it's all possible. They also work on electronic tools like hedge trimmers, weed whackers, you name it, drills, other type of electronic things. They do great stuff there. And again, give them a call, 724-348-4715. Tell Skeets Lewandowski, Al Levine, the talking machine, recommended Skeets service station.
Is that where you got
Hey,
your
did they
pedicure?
did they inspect the
Manicure?
cornerback? What color is it?
Smoking Jim, what were you interrupting?
I was wondering, do they do manicures? They
Let
look
me
like your
explain to all you
manicures
folks.
look pretty
Smoking
good.
Jim's not that worldly of a man. All of you know about nail clippers. Smoking Jim never learned that. He has one of his sweeties to a mani and a petty, and that's how he's so clean. And they like his smooth skin. Our friend Kelly from Duke's Rib House and Grill said, I miss Smoking Joe's smooth skin.
Yes.
'Cause she always called him Smoking
Yes,
Joe.
you did.
But we're trying to do what's on your mind, and of course, if Smoking Jim's not interrupting, he's not Smoking Jim. What's on your mind, Smoking Jim?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want to grieve,
I hard one.
you got to see Levine. Touch that little Elmo, right? Little Billy White Shoes Johnson. And hey, Al Levine, the talking machine. Did you go to Pasta too yet to get your eggplant? I heard the eggplant sandwiches are really good. I would like to try
No,
one.
get the eggplant Parmesan meal.
Okay.
The
Okay.
meal.
Did you get it?
No,
You didn't use it yet?
no, I'm holding out.
Okay.
I'm holding out. I'm holding out for it, buddy. But thank you
Yeah.
again.
Because he figures if he holds out long enough, you may give him another gift card, and he might actually be able to
Or
pay.
he got
He
another
might actually
birthday.
be able to pay for the meal.
yeah, brother.
Good assist.
Yeah, he's gonna have to bring some money.
He's gonna be washing dishes.
Yeah, but
Well, the only problem is, here's what bothers me. Last week I made a slight mistake. Chip said that I missed the decimal point, and I did. I thought he gave me $250 because he bets that every day. So it was only 1/10 of that. They don't do math in Gateway. That was only 1/10 of what he should have given me. So if he could double that up, me and my son can eat.
then we got the VIP of BPTV, the fastest rising star in Pittsburgh. Mickey Boy is in the house. And hey, Chipper, I tell you what, I was going through the Walmart in Bethel Park,
Yeah.
And they asked me, somebody came up and said, Smoking Jim, ask Chip, can he do a 44-game hitting streak by Pete Rose? Your fans wanted it, Chip. Your fans wanted it. And I tell you what, Al Levine, the talking machine, best
What?
afro in Bethel Park, Dan the Man. Going to Slippery Rock if we need another gym teacher. I think he can teach me how to do some burpees. I mean, Al Levine, I want to do it. And we got my main man Anthony on the ones and twos. Never hear how to play.
One.
Did you see his shirt?
Yes.
He must have been hanging out in the hood. It says, "It's all good." That's a black saying.
you know
Al
where
Levine, the talking machine.
Smoking Jim, you know
It's all good.
Smoking Jim, you know the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Do you know Carrick?
That's hood. I don't go there after dark when the street lights come on. I get out of the care.
Carrick.
But hey, Al Levine, the talking
He's
machine.
still talking. What happened?
Hey, real quick, Al Levine, the talking machine. Thanks to the Pirates, I won a quick $1,500, but I had to give back another $500. So I want to check with Chip. I hear they're bringing somebody up good. Should I get off the Pirates for a little bit? Are they red hot right now?
Oh, they're on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, 11. Boy, they
11
crossed
to
me a
1.
lot.
I watched them lose 11-1 Saturday night, and they won 11-1 last night, so it's a wash.
All I got to do, I'll wrap
Here's
it up.
what to do, folks. Stop betting. Don't follow Smoking Jim.
And I'll end it by saying this: Go Braves! I need some of that 500 back. And that's what's on my mind.
Another disclaimer. He said on our show that he likes the Pirates. He didn't say why, though. All right. Thanks, Smoking Jim Frazier. You were everywhere. Eat that pizza. Watch your finger. Chip Hayner, what's on your mind?
Well, interesting that he would say the Pirates, because that's what's on my mind.
What are you wearing there?
Well,
Nice Pirate
what do you
jersey.
think of that?
Yeah,
nice
look at what
Pirates
he's wearing.
jersey. But what's on my mind is congratulations to the Pittsburgh Pirates. 2 players voted on to the All-Star team. Adam Frazier, the second Pirates second baseman to start the All-Star game. The other one, Bill Mazeroski. Congratulations, Adam Frazier. Brian Reynolds was selected as a alternate outfielder. And the Pirates can proudly say that they do not have token representatives at the All-Star game this year. They got 2 players that were legitimately voted on to the team. So, well done, young men.
Yeah.
Let's
Congrats,
go,
How about
Bucks.
the black kid? He ain't cool.
So, last night
didn't
the
play
Pirates took the Braves out behind the woodshed and got some payback for when they played one another in May in Atlanta, where they lost 4 games by a combined score of 30 runs or so. But hey, payback, they say goes around, comes around. And on a sad note, I think we may have seen the last of Gregory Polanco in a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform.
No way.
Gregory Polanco has been put on the IL. He can't even run right now. They think it's something with his hip, and they think that this could be a lingering kind of injury, which at this point opens up the door for some of our young talent to come up. So Gregory Polanco was put on the IL for some indeterminate period of time. Who knows? He may not play again for the Pirates. Wow. Phillip Evans went on to the 7-day concussion protocol.
Never heard of him.
So he was one of our first basemen. Now we're back down to 1 first baseman. And they brought up Cole Tucker from the AAA Indianapolis Indians,
He's back.
who happens to be on a 4-game hitting streak.
Yes.
We'll talk about the 4-game hitting streak for you. Okay. And they brought up the number 4 RBI man in the Eastern League from Double-A Altoona Curve, Rodolfo Castro, who's got 11 home runs and 40 RBIs. Is going to get a chance to play in the bigs. And, for what the Pirates are doing this year, it's a total tear down and rebuild. Why not give these young kids a chance to play? I'm sick of watching Gregory Polanco not hit,
Yeah.
not throw, not run.
What side is he batting?
I can switch hitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, but I'm a
Okay,
switch
well
hitter.
then
Try not to help him.
Yeah, okay.
Chip, you're trying
So-
to make an
My bad.
intelligent discussion.
Yeah,
Smoking Jim, hit a period here.
he's all good. And the smoking Jim's having a good time. He's got pizza in one hand.
Yeah.
He's got steak hoagie in the other. A little bit of ginger ale to wash it down.
But no prime rib from Pasta
Oh,
too.
That's okay. That's okay. And he missed that good prime rib probably up at Bill Boyce's, huh?
Ah, did we have a feast, Chip?
I see. I saw it.
He cooked a whole pig. He had ribs. He had chicken. He had corn. I ate raw corn. They had cooked corn.
How
Delicious.
about crack corn?
No Jimmy Crack Corn. Jimmy Crack Corn didn't show up. He missed it. Hey, we had pasta salad. We had potato salad. You name it. If you couldn't eat or couldn't find anything you liked, you were in trouble.
Did
And-
Nick go?
No, we were looking for you. Why are you always putting it off on somebody else?
I was asking.
I wasn't there. I wasn't
He
there.
wasn't
There's
there.
your answer.
Well, Chip, thank you.
You know what? That's So what's on my mind is the goings on with the Pittsburgh Pirates. A lot of goings on. First round of the Major League Baseball draft Sunday. Pirates have the first pick. It'll be interesting to see how Ben Cherington plays this. I think he's got a good plan, and nobody knows what he's going to do, and that's why I think it's a good plan.
Yeah. Chip, on
That's
that.
what's on my mind.
Hey, thank you very much. Smoking Jim. Is this pertinent to what we're
Yes,
talking about?
I've got a
I mean,
question.
is this right to what Chip's talking
I got a
about?
question for Chip.
Go ahead.
Do you think Hayes should have made the All-Star game?
No.
No?
Explain
No.
something to him.
Because he missed first base or what?
No, it has nothing to do with that. But I mean, you look at when you've got Nolan Arenado, who's who's far and away the best third baseman in baseball, 8 consecutive Gold Gloves.
Okay.
You know why would you start him? There are better third basemen in the National League. So does he now? Will Brian Hayes ultimately end up being an All-Star third baseman? I do believe the answer to that question is yes.
Okay. Thank
Don't
you.
forget he missed half the start of the season with injury.
How could I
So he
forget
didn't get to-
something I didn't know?
Well, you didn't even know that he was. We've been over this. You didn't really.
We gotta do a little explanation. If this is the first time you're watching our show, thanks for the comments on live stream.
Did you
Jerry,
know that his
Deborah,
dad
and
played
Kevin.
for the Pirates
Yeah. Hey, Smoking
and the
Jim.
Phillies?
Yeah, he's
And the Phillies.
a little bit.
Is he named after his dad or his mom?
Well, his dad's name was Charlie Hayes.
Okay. Well,
So I don't think he was named after his dad.
No, I meant Hayes. I didn't know if he had his dad's last name or his mom's last name.
Smoking Jim, you're going to have to get a little more educated on baseball because you're embarrassing. And thanks for the non-existent question there, because everybody knows in baseball you got to play more than a couple games to make the All-Stars. And he doesn't really know baseball, so he knows football and how not to bet. All right, we're going to go to Nick Callis. What's on your mind, Nick?
Well, first of all, not sports related, but we went to a concert on Friday and I saw Jessica Lee sing. So, Smoking Jim, you were right. She's just got a different presence to her in
Yes,
person.
yes.
It was very nice. I respect jazz music. They had a guitar player, Mark, who did really well, and it was just a nice, relaxing evening. Not too much rain, pretty cool weather. So, cool time that was. And
Glad you
Smoking
came
Jim,
out.
you were right. You were not deceiving, talking about Jessica Lee's presence. But on to sports,
He does know a couple things.
yeah,
And once in a while, he is actually honest. It's rare.
right. Well,
Because anybody keeps saying they're an honest man for 10 years, I wonder. The veracity of his statements don't add up. Look that up. All right, Nick, carry on.
on to sports. I went to my first Pirate game over the weekend, so hooray to that.
Which game?
What was it? Game 3 of the series?
Saturday afternoon? I was there.
Were you?
Yes.
All right. Were you there to see Jacob Stallings get doubled up?
There was a number of things that I saw in that game that I wasn't very fond of, but you know what? It is
Was
what
it?
it
I
is.
can't remember now. Was it Saturday or Sunday that I went?
Saturday I was there, 4:05 start.
No. I went to a 7:05 start.
Then you were either there Friday night or Thursday night.
Thursday.
Thursday.
I know
night.
this is a big stretch.
I forgot when it was. I just know they lost 7-2, and me and my friend
Okay,
left.
Saturday night they lost 11-1.
Okay, so then it was yeah. Okay, but anyway,
Now that we got that clarified.
I got that
They
clarified.
won on Sunday
Um,
2-0.
Right, no, okay, I wasn't there on Sunday, so anyway, yeah, but I went first time I got to sit on the Clemente wall, so that was interesting. We moved seats because there wasn't too many people there, so we went over to the Clemente wall, and that was a pretty nice experience. I enjoyed that vantage point. That was the only place in the park that I had never gotten to sit during a game, which was great. So I'd
They're all
recommend
good
it.
seats,
They all,
right?
I mean, you're right about that. You know,
I've been
they're-
around from
and
behind
I
home
believe it
plate
because I've been
to all
around.
the way out.
I've been around most of the seats, but now I can say I've been in every section of PNC Park.
How high is the Clemente wall?
21 feet.
Very good.
Really?
Do you know why?
Because of the number, right?
Which one?
Roberto Clemente.
There you go. Look at that.
I didn't know
Clap
was
it up
20
for
I
that.
didn't know it was 21 feet till you said it. I didn't know they had a Clemente wall.
They got a Clemente bridge, and no, it's not 21 feet long.
Oh boy.
Hey, Chip, wasn't he at the game for 3 innings in your seats, which were great seats?
I was on the wall.
Oh, were
You
you?
were looking at the wall. He was sitting on the third base side,
yeah.
121 or something. Or
No, 125.
okay, I knew it was in the 120s.
I love them seats.
And the Roberto Clemente wall was
It's a
at the
shame he
other
only got
side.
him once.
All right,
But
folks.
one more thing too.
Okay.
One more thing I want to mention. That was that game too. They announced Adam Frazier was starting second base in the park, so that was a pretty cool experience as well. He did a tip of the cap and walked around the field, so that was pretty.
And the
That's
coach
pretty nice
gave
too.
him a bottle of bourbon.
Oh yeah. But that's what's on my mind.
Are you sure? No
Yes.
more things?
No,
No more
I'm done.
questions by Smoking Jim?
No more questions?
Because we have open discussions here. Sorry, we're trying to be spot on.
And I love fielding questions from you. You know that.
Well, they're easy to answer. He's 99% wrong. All right, what's on my mind first? Anthony in the control room. We're doing the live stream, so I'm making comments. Thanks everybody that's replied. And Anthony has a question. He goes, how about for Smoking Jim on his segment, which we'll consider this his segment, What's on Your Mind, who will win the NBA title? Milwaukee or Phoenix?
Well,
Or in other words, Anthony, who's he betting on?
Phoenix.
The interesting thing about the series is that the best player on each team is injured.
Yes.
Giannis for the Bucks and
The Greek
Chris
freak?
Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, he had hyperextended knee, and they won games 5 and 6 against
Clippers.
no, the Hawks,
Yeah.
with Giannis out because he got hurt in Game 4.
Right.
So the rest of the team picked it up.
Right.
For that reason alone, I like the Bucks.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards the Bucks.
I like the Bucks, and I hope the Greek freak makes it back because I'm Greek as
He's
well.
questionable.
Gotta say.
He's questionable for tonight's game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
he said
betting he'll be
say
in.
they hope that he's healthy for Game 3, but we'll see what happens. Hyperextended knee. It's kind of a funny injury.
And what's on my mind is I saw a little thing come up. I posted on Pittsburgh Sportsline in my Bucko Pride Facebook page. Lou Gehrig's I'm the luckiest man alive speech for July 4th and 1939 when he was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, which was named after him. And prayers to him and his family. Prayers to Tunch Ilkin with suffering from ALS, and I heard he's working out and doing everything he can to stay alive, and he's retired from the Steeler broadcast. And so we just pray for Tunch since I know him and a few other people do. So prayers go out to him, and we'll be back with some fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Steelers show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30.
Hi, Bethel Park. Uncle Al speaking. I'm asking you to come help us behind the scenes at BP TV. We're looking for some proud Bethel Park residents to help us make the shows that you want to watch. For more information, contact Station Director Dave Cable, and we will see you behind the cameras at BP TV.
Hey guys, have you ever heard of BPTV?
No, I haven't heard about BPTV. What is it?
BPTV is a public access television station in Bethel Park. It's where you can go to make the shows that you want to watch.
Wow, that sounds great. How can I get involved?
The station's located at the bottom floor of the Bethel Park Municipal Building.
So give us a call or stop in and you too can volunteer at BPTV.
Be the pulse of Bethel Park.
And join BPTV today.
Yeah.
Steelers show blitz. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked up. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25, 30.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. I tell you what, I'm going to be very, very quick.
Okay, we'll go to Chip Hayner. Thank you very much.
But I tell you what, man, I am so honored
That's
to
twice.
announce that a very, very good friend of mine, a living legend, Major Harris, is getting his number 9 retired from West
WVU.
Virginia University. And I tell you what, man, I never really had enough appreciation how great he was in high school. Watched him play in high school, but he was more known for basketball in the City League. But Brashear, their football team was so good, he really never got a chance to do anything. They always had 2,000-yard rushers in the backfield. Major Harris would play action fake, throw it deep. Their defense was, you couldn't score on their defense. They blow a team out so bad by halftime. He didn't play too much in the second half. You could see that he was could scramble around and everything. And I was kind of surprised when he got offered a football scholarship to West Virginia because Pitt didn't offer. And I remember going the next year I started going to the City League championship games starting the next year because it was a little safer at Couple Stadium than in one of the inner city hood schools. And Perry played, and Perry was killing Brashear, and the crowd was yelling, "No more Major, no more Major." And I remember my friend was the team captain of West Virginia at the time, Harvey Smith, and they never had a quarterback down there. And I remember he told me in the summertime, he says, every time Major do something, I'm going to be like, yeah, Major, because he wanted him to start. But they redshirted Major Harris his first year down there, and he did a lot of rapping. He was a good rapper.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the best rapper in West Virginia. But I tell you what, Al Levine, the talking machine, when
Probably the only one that had a full set of teeth.
yeah. When he jumped on campus, man, that was it. He put them on the map. He carried them on the back. Nothing he couldn't do. He's the only quarterback to take West Virginia to a national championship against Notre Dame, where they lost. He left school early. I wanted him to go.
Who
one
was
more year.
advising him?
Was that Tim Brown's team?
I can't. Yeah, Tim Brown's team. Yep. That's Timmy Brown's team. Timmy beat him out for the Heisman. Major came in third. Good job, Chip. And
Chip knows some sports.
yeah. And I tell you what, Al Levine, the talking machine.
Yes.
He left early, and
Who was his advisor back then?
well, I mean, he's so great. I don't know. It was probably somebody. One
One of his posse.
When you grow up in the projects on the Hill District with really nothing, I mean, you.
Hold it, I'm from the Hill District.
Yeah, that 1 year make a difference.
Yeah,
And
it did.
Major Harris had a lot of brothers and stuff like that never, got an opportunity. They were great athletes, but he was the baby that did. They talk about how he was 2 years old, going through the projects, playing football in his diapers and stuff like that. Yeah, you hear all kind of stories. He was always great, but 12th round draft pick of the Raiders, end up going to the CFL. and he was starting the first 2 games, but then they acquired Doug Flutie.
No.
And so the rest is
You mean
history.
the little guy beat him out?
Yeah, he sat the bench. You know, Flutie was great. They was probably the 2 best quarterbacks in the CFL, both playing for the same team. But people don't realize. Everybody says, why did it take so long for West Virginia to retire his number? Number one, I'm a strong believer. If you don't get your degree, you don't retire numbers. That's how I feel. I don't know if West Virginia feels that way, but a lot of schools feel that way. And he was way away from getting a degree.
Question.
Yes.
Is that why at Cal U I've had a dozen kids that play up there?
I was going there.
Yeah, I know.
I was going there.
I had to raise my hand. Is that why your number's not retired? Which number is it? 22?
Yes.
Nobody. No, I had a kid that swore. He goes, I'm playing for the team 3 years. I'll find out. Here's what I hear. Crickets.
But
I had 11 other, maybe 12 other people.
But I tell you what, West Virginia only retired. I used my journalism skills. They only retired 2 numbers in the history of the school. One was Ira Rogers, who ended up coaching West Virginia. That was back in the 20s.
Oh, you look back a little further.
And then the other one is a guy that you grew up idolizing, Al Levine, the Talk Machine. If you love any kind of sports, I know you, me, and Chip were historians. Sorry, Nick. but Sam Huff.
Okay.
Sam
I know.
Huff
I know
was
him.
the other
New
one
York
that went on to be
Giants.
great.
From the New York
Yeah.
Giants.
And so now Major Harris is the 3rd one, and I couldn't be more happy. And I was this close.
These were football players, right?
Yeah, just football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the
The logo.
logo got his number retired.
Jerry
Just
West.
football.
Yeah,
And I was this close to committing to going in the fall to go watch him get his jersey retired. I was this close to committing to go. I almost hit the button, now going. But I love Major Harris. Congratulations, Major. Always the nicest guy in the world, man. Did a lot of shows with Major, and I tell you what, man, you couldn't tackle this bow-legged cat in a telephone booth. He just had those many moves and threw the ball any kind of way, but it got there. But congratulations,
One
well
more
deserved.
question, since you're honoring him. Will he be in the City League Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he was the first ballot. Him, Sam Clancy went in the first ballot. Curtis Martin will never get in, as you know.
Yeah.
How about
But
Big
I
Cat?
can be bought off.
How about Big Cat?
Who? Big Cat Williams and Russell Friedman will never get in. They
That's
beat up.
called starting
They
it
beat
up.
up some guys from Gateway when they played Gateway. Gateway blew them up, and then they beat up some of my buddies from Gateway that day. It was at Alderdice Field. They'll never get in. You know.
I'm glad I asked. Thank
Yeah.
you, Smoking Jim
Yeah.
Frazier.
Yeah. And the shot heard around the world. He ain't getting in either.
We're trying to end your segment.
Sorry, the shot heard around. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we just tried to end
Yeah.
your segment.
Yeah, he ain't getting in either.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Throw a little old baseball trivia at you.
What a surprise.
You know, we were talking this year about how much better the pitchers are now than they were in the past. And that's always a point that I've always disputed. And I will vehemently debate that point with anybody, and they'll never get me to agree
We understand.
to their point. Just to give you some facts, because you know how I don't rely on
Hearsay.
pulling things out of the air. But we have talked about the year of the pitcher.
Yeah.
It was a year of the summer of 1968. Great World Series played that year between the Detroit Tigers and the St. Louis Cardinals, which the Tigers won, I believe, in 7 games.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea, this was the year where pitching was so dominant that they had to lower the pitcher's mound by 6 inches.
Who would even think of that?
Well, you know, they felt that the pitchers had an unfair advantage,
That's a
unlike the pitchers of today who manufactured their own unfair advantage
spin.
and used an illegal substance to enhance their pitching abilities. So I'm going to put some statistics from Sabermetrics and apply
Whoa.
them to the pitchers from 1968. So everybody knows that wins above replacement is a very important statistic. The bigger the number,
Yeah.
the better,
WAR.
the more value that
You're
the paper.
talking about the WAR number,
Right.
not Rayco WAR. but the
Number
WAR.
one player in wins above replacement, 1968, Bob Gibson, 11.9. Wow. Carl Yastrzemski from Boston was at 10.5. And I believe that may have been the year, could have been 67, that he won the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
67.
Next would be Frank Robinson, 8.4. Roberto Clemente at number 4 with an 8.2, followed by Louis Tiant,
Ooh,
a pitcher,
I
at
love how he pitched.
7.9. Denny McLain at 7.4. Tom Seaver at 7.
one of my favorites.
Higher than even Hank Aaron, who was number 10.
Hammer and Hank.
So the war for pitchers, Gibson, Tiant, McLain, Seaver, the list goes on and on. Earned one average for the year.
Smoking Jim was right. Carl Yastrzemski did win it in 1967.
I knew that.
I just needed to give him credit.
But I knew it was around that time. But I digress. Earned run average for the season set a league record. Bob Gibson 1.12. Louis Tiant for the season 1.6. Now think about these numbers because I'm going to reveal some other numbers that are going to make these statistics that much more impressive. Sudden Sam McDowell at 1.81. Dave McNally from the Baltimore Orioles, 1.95. Denny McLain, 1.96. Okay? Bob Veal, Pittsburgh Pirates, 2.05.
Wow.
Okay?
You remember him, Smoking Jim? Oh, yeah. A large, big guy.
Nasty fastball that man had.
And he wore glasses.
Good eating, feel good eating.
Okay, so
he-
wins for the season. Records that will probably never be broken again. Denny McLain, 31 wins. This is not games. This is wins. And Juan Marichal, San Francisco Giants, 26 wins. Dave McNally, Bob Gibson, 22. Louis Tiant, Mel Stottlemyre with 21. Ferguson Jenkins at number 7 with 20. And a former Pirate, somebody that was on the Pirates in the early 70s, Nelson Briles,
Yeah, Nelly
St.
Bonds.
Louis Cardinals, 19 wins. Win-loss percentage, Denny McLain, 838. Number 2, Steve Blass for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wow.
75% of his games he won. Juan Marichal, and I'm not going to dwell on these numbers. Then there's the whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched. Anybody that's got a whip that's under about 1.2
Yeah.
is considered pretty good in baseball now. Whip for Dave McNally, .842 for the season. And when I hit these numbers later, you're going to see how impressive these stats
Sure.
are. Bob Gibson, .853. Louis Tiant, .871. Denny McLain, .905. Tom Seaver, .978. So basically, the top 10 pitchers had a whip of under 1 for the season.
I don't even want to know what it is today.
Strikeouts per 9 innings. Sudden Sam McDowell with 9.468. Louis Tiant, 9.197.
And folks, in case you don't understand, like Smoking Jim, that's one strikeout, 1K per inning.
per inning. Per inning pitched. Okay. Now here's the some interesting statistics, and these are not so much reflective of starting pitching, but relief pitchers. Games played. Wilbur Wood, 88 games played. Abernathy for Cincinnati, 78 games played. Hoyt Wilhelm, 72. The list goes on. The saves leader for that season, 25 saves. Okay. Base number 2 was at 18. You got into the top 10 with 13 saves that year.
Wow. Now look at it.
Why was that significant? The number's so low on saves? Because pitchers pitched more than 5 innings. Innings pitched for the season. I'm going to go with number 10. Okay?
Go ahead.
If a pitcher hits 200 innings pitched in a season right now, he's considered an Iron Man. The number 10, 269.2 innings. A gentleman named Short for the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 9, McNally, 273. Seaver, 278. Mel Stoudemire, 278.2. Gaylord Perry, 290.2.
With the spitter.
Dean Chance, 292. Bob Gibson, 304.2 innings
That's
pitched.
an Iron Man.
Fergie Jenkins, 308.
Another
Juan
Iron
Marichal, 325. Denny McLain, 336 innings pitched. We could go strikeouts, but now to bring this,
Yeah, compared to today.
games started. Okay?
Yeah.
If a pitcher pitches in a 5-man rotation every 5th day, he will get 31 to 32 starts in a season. Games started for Denny McLain, 41.
Wow.
Fergie Jenkins, 40. Dean Chance, 39. Gaylord Perry, Juan Marichal, 38. And the difference being 4-man rotations. That's the reason why they pitched so much. And they had a lot less arm problems because the pitchers pitched. And they didn't spend so many days off injuring their arms. Next up, complete games.
I want to hear this one.
Juan
Lay it on me.
Marichal, 30 complete games.
Wow.
There were not 30 complete games pitched
In
in
the
Major
whole league.
League Baseball, I bet, in the last 5 years. But at least last year, I guarantee you that wasn't in
Right.
2019, and it won't happen this year. Denny McLain, 28. Bob Gibson, 28. Fergie Jenkins, 20. Louis Tiant, 19. Mel Stoudemire, 19. Shutouts for the season. Bob Gibson, 13.
How did he lose 7 games?
Bad run support.
Thank you.
Bad run
Just
support.
had to ask because I'm
Louis
a fan.
Tiant had 9. Don Drysdale had 8. Steve Blass, 7 shutouts. And then look at this. Denny McLain gave up 31 home runs. He gave up 31 home runs. He won 31 games.
Wow.
Pretty interesting statistic there. Let's see any
What
other.
else do you got? Give us some more.
No, I
interest.
want to see the losses, batters face game. There's a whole lot of statistics, and I could bore you all by going
Baseball's
through
full
that.
of stats.
Yeah, and baseball is a game for statisticians. But every other statistical category here, and I'm just going to name the categories, and the number one person in every one of these categories was Bob Gibson, was adjusted ERA plus, fielding independent pitching, adjusted pitching runs, adjusted pitching wins, base outs, runs saved, win probability added, situation wins saved, championship WPA, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't
No
know.
idea. But Bob Gibson was number one in all of these. The MVP of the league, in the American League that year, was Denny McLain. Of the National League, it was Bob Gibson.
When did that ever happen?
You know,
Yeah.
and interestingly enough, I believe the MVP of the World Series that year was Mickey Lolich. I think he won 3 games. Left-hander for the Detroit Tigers. I
And
remember.
Smokin' Jim would have loved Mickey Lolich because of his body build. He was an out-of-shape looking guy.
So anyhow,
Just had to share that.
pitching performances now. I don't believe pitchers are any better now than they have ever been in baseball, and I think pitching has always been at a premium. I really feel like the hitters are much worse now than they've ever been, and I think if you really want to make the game more exciting, major league hitters should bat like major league hitters instead of striking out 200 times and hitting 40 home runs. I think it's my humble opinion, and I know Nick will disagree with me. I think it's ruining the game.
Thank you very much, Chip. And we're going to go to Nick.
Very important positions. With me, Nicholas Callis. So could Jimmer First P as the VIP. So I took those 3 letters and made them different. Very important positions. Now, I want to talk about broadcasting. As you may know, Neil Walker retired before the start of this 2021 season. And also, it was just announced a couple days ago that Neil Walker will be joining the Pittsburgh Pirates broadcast booth. which I am. What do you mean? Aw, what is that face? What?
He doesn't have a clue.
You don't know who Neil Walker is?
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, I remember. I know why you
Yeah.
did that. Never mind. We're gonna skip over that. But yeah, Neil Walker joining the broadcasting booth. I thought that he did a pretty good job just talking through a couple innings a couple days ago during the Brewers game.
To add to what you're saying, he's going to be doing 9 games in between August and September. He's going to do a mix of TV and radio both.
Wow.
Which is great.
Is that the best?
Which
they
is
could
really
get?
good. What's that?
Is that the best they could get?
He's wonderful. He's a great guy. And I don't care what you think.
He's
But
the
welcome
Pittsburgh
aboard.
Kid.
Welcome aboard, Nick.
But this makes me think about, too, when we talk about broadcasting, where it's going, we got more enhanced technology now, better quality video. We got streaming. This show's even being
We're
streamed
live
now.
streaming.
Where are we going with technology, and where's broadcasting going? So I was looking at some of the hires that the Pirates have had over the years, guys including Michael McHenry and Joe Block, and the Pirates seem to be looking to expand on younger players now ever since Steve
about-
and me, maybe.
How about Nick?
That's
How
who I
about
want.
Nick?
Maybe.
That's
I
who
hope,
I want in
hope
there.
so. Hope so.
He
one
got
day.
my vote if I
He
could
got
vote.
He got mine too.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Even
Well-
if you're with Neil Walker.
Hey, I would hope I'd be with Neil Walker. I mean, I don't know if you noticed about me, but a couple years, or when I was younger, there was this Pirates clinic where they took players out, gave them a tour of the stadium, and I like Neil Walker specifically because he was one of the players there who was teaching us how to field in the infield. So,
Yeah.
but that's a personal story. But I think he did well during
That's
his
for another
broadcast.
day.
That's for another day.
You know who helped Neil Walker
Bill
perfect,
Mazeroski.
perfect the double play?
Yeah, Bill Mazeroski. I did know that.
And you know, Bill Mazeroski has the record for double plays in baseball.
I did know that as well.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
I knew he was great, but I didn't know that.
Yes,
Well,
he holds
there
the
are many
record.
reasons why Bill Mazeroski is
He
great.
didn't just hit that walk-off homer, first one in baseball in the World Series, but he leads in double plays.
But talking about broadcasting, just when I listen to some announcers now, and the Pirates announcers have been guilty of this as well, there's just there's no balance anymore that I've seen in some announcers between being professional and also being authentic. Like there was this guy who made a catch for the Mariners, Malik or something, Jake Bailey, I forget his name, but the announcer's voice cracked while he was making the call because he was so excited. It's just that kind of stuff ruins it. Ruins calls, in my opinion. But also, just listening to Michael McHenry on the calls, he's a great catcher, and I'm sure he'd be good at making decisions. I've heard that catchers make good managers and pitchers make good announcers because catchers are always managing the game no matter what's going on, and pitchers are in the spot with baseball consistently.
I never heard that.
So you never heard that?
He never watched baseball.
You also never went to school for broadcasting, so that's true. That's true as well. But anyway, I've just noticed that.
You digress.
Right. I've just seen some tendencies as well with Joe Block and Michael McHenry specifically, just the lack of inauthenticity. Like, they just seem to not have found themselves. And I love Michael McHenry, and I've met Joe Block before, and he's a very nice person. But just talking about announcing, we need to get more to that, like, balance. Announcers have to get more to that balance. I think that people too much are now expecting all this excitement and this. I don't know. There's just too much. What's that?
I was gonna say, I think really, you think about some of the great announcers that I've listened to. Obviously, your mentor, Lanny Fratteri, and Bob Prince. I think an announcer can be better saying less. Than they don't have to fill every moment of airtime with them talking. Right. And especially if you're doing television, let the events unfold. People
Right.
can see. If you're doing radio's a different story because radio, you're painting a picture because nobody can see what's going on. But I think too much on television, they're trying to throw too much information at you, and
It's nonstop.
And I think sometimes less is more.
Well, I disagree because if it's not, if the announcers aren't exciting, people fall asleep watching baseball.
We need a balance, though. That's all I'm saying. We need a balance. Like when
He
I
didn't
listen.
even give us 2 cents.
Right. We need a balance, Smoking Jim. We need a balance between that professionalism and that excited attitude, and it's been achieved. I don't know about that. But with Michael
The
McHenry
only
specifically,
people that say
it's-
baseball's too boring are the ones that couldn't play the game.
Yeah. Chip, you're right.
I mean, it's
I was waiting for you to come up with that for a long time. Thank you. Mark this special date down. July 6th.
The point with Michael McHenry, though, you can kind of tell that he hasn't he's still being seasoned into it, and I've heard him for a year now. And I was just listening to a couple games, and it just seems like his nerves are taking over more than being able to speak to.
Here's what I think: the seasoning's not going to work because some people reach a certain level, like Smoking Jim, and then they don't progress from that. So they're just stuck there. They can't try to get better.
Right.
That's what happens.
But I'm excited about Neil Walker because hearing him, he sounded like he could do a good job, and he sounded like it just came naturally to him. And I'm excited to hear him in the booth and have him be in the booth announcing games as an analyst because.
See, one of the things that I think, in this, you're going off on a different sport, that made Tony Romo so good at the beginning was the insight that he had from playing the game, things that he would see that the general public didn't see.
Right.
And I think Michael McHenry just tries to, at times, give you too much information, where a little nugget of information that gives you some insight into the game would be better. And I think that's one of the things.
He's definitely had the experience that he understands what he's talking about, and he knows what he might be able to bring, but just the way he says things sometimes is just like, maybe you shouldn't have said that, or maybe you're trying too hard to just be personable. Just be yourself.
Maybe you needed a class with your professor.
Maybe.
That could have tweaked him.
I listened to the call of Greg Brown when Russell Martin hit that home run in the Cueto game, and how he broke into a French accent for Russell Martin,
Right.
and he, because of his French Canadian heritage.
Sure.
And that was not scripted. That was just pure raw emotion. It was a treasure to listen to. I was at the game. I didn't hear the call. I saw it.
No,
happen,
I heard the game.
and I didn't hear Greg Brown's call.
That was great.
Until after. Man, that was something.
Well, he gets too excited sometimes too, but you can feel that it is Greg Brown. You just understand.
He's realistic.
That's just who he is.
He's realistic.
So, and that's what makes him a good announcer.
And he's passionate about the Pirates.
Yes.
Really?
That's it, Nick. I'm complete. Thank you very much. On location, we got a couple feelers out for possible shows for our Monday night shows. We'll find out about that. We're going to have boxing coming up August 7th at Monsville Prison. So we'll check that out. August 7th, 6 p.m.
Remember how to get there?
Smoking Jim will pick us up in that big new SUV.
You get a new one?
I'm going to sit, the white one.
Oh,
The quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to sit way in the back. I'll sit in the back with all his inventory, and I'll be eating peanuts and a bottle of water on the trip. So I'm
Nick
already
riding
planning.
does that mean I'm going shotgun? Riding up front?
You can ride shotgun. with
Wow.
And
me. That's the death seat in accidents.
Yeah, you know what? You guys are in.
Just wanted to share that
Nick,
with you.
you're in for the ride of your
It's
life.
common knowledge that's the death seat. That I'm going to sit in the back, Jack. So.
It's ironic you mentioned that because Dave Cable just fired me from my shotgun seat in the BPTV mobile.
Understand.
Apparently, I may play poor music and I'm a poor navigator. So
That stuff happens. We cover many subjects, but that's our on location. If you have any interest in having us come out and do a show, let us know, and you can contact me and just connect with me on Facebook or whatever. And we're gonna just have an open discussion at the end, and I'll let Smoking Jim ask one of his, I don't know what you'd call them as questions, but let's see.
Now, I recently ran into the butcher, and he said he wants us to do some fights in August, I think, or July. One of them days.
Well, this is July.
where you're in, I was gonna say.
July or something.
Just wanted to tell you, this is July.
He got some fights coming up. He wants us to
Right.
do.
Well, they did that one Kevin Bachner memorial fights that we were in at Sokol Club.
Yeah.
He was the one that got us for that. And he loves us now since he met me in person. He said, I got to cut Smoking Jim loose, but we'll still do it. He goes, hell, you're just great. Sorry, I was thinking it. I didn't know I'd say it out loud. Oh, sorry, Smoking Jim. I was just thinking. No, but he's a great guy, and can't wait to. And we got a lot of different promises with other people, and things like that. Rich Donnelly had mentioned something for us to do.
That's my
Yeah,
man.
so and good luck to his kid, Cameron. He's in the service. I think he might be in the Air Force. His son. Remember, we had his 16th birthday at Duke's
Yeah.
Rib House and Grill.
Wow, where'd the time go?
family and friends for that. Yeah, so as we keep doing it, this will be our 10th year. Believe it or not, it's not my birthday. It's October 11th, 2011. That'll be our 10th year. So we're moving forward, about 700 shows, so check it out. Any other sports comments you guys want to bring up? I'll start with Smoking Jim and not watching baseball.
No.
Okay. Chip, anything?
No, I'm actually looking forward to a training camp this year, even though
Steeler training camp.
unfortunately, I doubt very highly that Pirates are going to be playing meaningful games in August and September. I'll still be going to them.
No, I
and
understand.
I'll
You love
still
the
be
Pirates,
watching
yeah,
them.
yeah.
But I
We
mean,
understand. That doesn't
we're
mean you don't
20-some
love them
games
less.
under 500 right now. I mean,
They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere, and they don't have the horses to do it. When you've got one outfielder and 3 outfield positions,
How about one first baseman?
well, we don't even have one. Well, we brought up somebody, traded for somebody from the St. Louis Cardinals, Nogowski.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 5 last night, got an RBI. We got him for cash considerations. So basically, he was DFA'd. He had a good first game. We've got a lot of players that had good first games.
Where are they now?
Unfortunately, there's 162 that follow.
Yeah.
So,
We did teach Smoking Jim it. It's 162
but
game
we
season.
lost another first baseman today. Now, Rodolfo Castro is an outfielder, I believe.
Yeah.
And we need outfielders. And Cole Tucker, where's he going to play? He's played outfield.
Infield.
We're kind of stacked at shortstop right now.
Yeah.
I know Eric Gonzalez had a injured shoulder.
That's what I heard.
And
yeah.
Kevin Newman, an interesting statistic.
Newman's gone.
One moment. No, the Frazier,
Oh.
the Kramer's gone.
Kramer's gone, yeah.
But Newman, this year,
I was thinking of Seinfeld.
last year he led the league in shortstops in errors, has not made an error yet this year.
Must have been COVID related.
So here's what the thing is. If you're not going to, he batted 600 in spring training.
Yeah.
He's only batting 200 and some change right
Yeah.
now. So if you're not going to bring it at the plate, if you can keep runs from crossing the plate, you have value to the team.
Yeah.
So I think that should be noticed and recognized because no errors, that means you're making every play that you should make.
Yes. Good point. Smoking, you had
I'll
a
save it
question.
for next week.
Oh, we got like 49 seconds.
Nicky may want some. Nicky boy may want some.
I still hope the Pirates do well. The game I went to was on Thursday after I checked my messages when we went on break.
Oh, good.
The Pirates made a base running mistake in the game that I was in, and I remember they got to improve their base running. The one dude got deked. The outfielder didn't act like he was going to catch the ball, then he caught it. Jackie Bradley Jr. has a great arm, throws it first. They got to get better at base running, and Pirates got to get better all the way around.
Are they stepping on first now?
Yes.
They haven't missed it yet. Thanks, Smoking Jim. Quite humorous for a non-Pirate fan. Thank all of you for watching our live streaming show. And when this is on TV, we appreciate you watching us on YouTube and BPTV at least 5 times a week. So keep checking us out. We'll see you next week. Stay Joey strong.